Hey everyone, today we are going to do a brain retraining practice round script together. So we are going to talk a little bit about the science of brain retraining. We are going to give a basic outline for coming up with the self-talk and the visualizations and kind of the mantras associated with just basic brain retraining. If you're new here, hi, my name is Teresa. I am a licensed mental health therapist. I specialize in chronic pain and illness, and I really like to help empower people to work on healing their nervous system and their limbic system, which is the root cause for a lot of chronic symptoms related to pain, anxiety, illness, depression, and everything that comes along with having any sort of chronic health issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn a little bit about how the limbic system and the nervous system and the brain are responsible for some of these deep-rooted health issues just to start off, and then we'll get into the practice round. So for those of you who don't really have a huge background in this, or just for a small refresher, the amygdala is the part of our brain that processes our emotions and our fear and threat response. It's responsible for detecting threats. It's like the alarm system for our brain and our body. And when it's overactive, we are in fight or flight mode, and it causes heightened anxiety and stress. The hippocampus is the part of our brain that's responsible for memory and learning, and chronic stress can actually shrink the hippocampus. And the hippocampus goes back and forth with the amygdala based on what the threat response is, whether or not we form memories or how the memories are being brought up can signal stress to the amygdala that's no longer present in the moment. And then we have the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or the HPA axis, which regulates the stress response. And when that's dysregulated, it can lead to chronic stress and inflammation and imbalance of adrenaline and cortisol and things like that. So these brain regions, overall with our nervous system and our environment, all impact self-regulation and influence how we perceive and respond to stress and threat. So when we use these brain retraining tools, we are working to heal the nervous system and the limbic system's response. And that's essential for recovery from so many chronic pain and chronic illness symptoms. It might not be the only root cause, but definitely one root cause that perpetuates a chronic illness state is a dysregulated nervous system. So for our brain retraining round today, we're going to start with a mantra repeating to ourselves. I am healing. I am safe. I am strong. My body and mind are aligned and moving towards complete health and balance. We might want to take a moment here to just check in with where we feel. Take a few deep breaths and be closing our eyes. We can place one hand on our chest, one hand on our bellies, and just breathe maybe a normal breath here for a few moments. And just notice where that breath naturally falls within ourselves. If we feel that our breath is shallow or too fast or too slow, we may want to regulate by doing a number of different breathing exercises, either just a deepening of that belly breath, counting in, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4. And we exhale a little longer than our inhale. That helps to signal safety to our nervous system and shift us to parasympathetic state. We could also do something grounding where we inhale as we trace up on our finger, exhale down, inhale tracing up, and exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. And we can repeat this exercise to help us ground with our breath. Some of us are more tactile. That can just feel more grounding in the moment when we're working on our breath. We're going to start with a past visualization. So we're going to close our eyes, focus in on our breath, maybe give ourselves a nice big hug, feel supported in our chair or wherever we're sitting. And we're going to recall a time in our life where we did feel happy or strong, healthy, vibrant, energized. And begin to really visualize this moment in detail. It could be something very small. It doesn't have to be a huge amount of time, even if it's just remembering running down the soccer field as a child, or even if it was a few years ago on a hike or walking on the beach, or something you did that made you feel very successful. And just visualizing that moment. Where were you? What were you doing? Who was with you? Try to engage all your senses when we're visualizing this moment. Maybe feeling the warmth of the sun, or hearing the sounds around you, the smell of the fresh air, or the food that you baked that holiday, if you're imagining something related to your family or a special moment, and just savoring that moment. Immerse yourself in the emotions and sensations of that time. So we want to feel that strength and joy and health radiating throughout our body. And we're going to stay there for a few moments, just grounding with our breath to remember what that really felt like and seemed like to us. When we're ready, we'll shift our focus to the present, and we're going to talk a little to our nervous system. We're going to practice and rehearse a script when we're feeling triggered or overwhelmed. And we're going to talk to our amygdala, which is, we're going to visualize like the controller behind the alarm system in our body. And we're going to say it's okay to calm down. I am safe. I am healing. The alarm system can be shut off or at least turned down in volume right now. I'm shifting into a safety state where deep healing can occur. And we're going to take some deep breaths and feel our body relaxing and allowing our breath to become steady, and feel that sense of calm enveloping us. And then we're going to shift into a future visualization. Now I want you to imagine yourself when you're feeling healing and you're feeling a sense of wholeness and thriving. And I don't think it has to be a time where we are fully healed. If that's a little hard to imagine, it's okay to say that we are always changing. It's just life. There's always going to be some struggle that we have, but we can envision a sense of doing just slightly better than we are now, and what that looks like to us. And doing something that truly brings us a sense of joy and purpose and peace and strength. And visualize what that looks like. Where are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? And how can we visualize that sense of vitality and that feeling of strength in our body? I want you to notice the senses that you perceive in this healed state. Do you have a clarity of your vision, and a steadiness of your breath, and a strength in your muscles, and a lightness in your being? What emotions are you feeling? Can you really embrace and embody those emotions that you may feel of joy, gratitude, fulfillment, excitement, curiosity? And allow yourself to fully experience this future reality as if it's true right now in this moment. You want to actively engage the senses and stay present when we're visualizing. If your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to your visualization and focus on those sensations and emotions. Now that we're in more of a relaxed state, we're going to work on some calming affirmations to reinforce this sense of safety. And we might want to write some down or rehearse them and practice the visualizations and these affirmations throughout the day. So for today, let's focus on I am safe, I am healing, I am whole. My body and mind are in perfect harmony, moving towards complete health. Every cell in my body is filled with light, health, and vitality. So it is pretty simple. By regularly practicing this retraining round, you can create a more regulated nervous system. You're working on creating new neural pathways within your brain and your memory systems and your nervous system and limbic system. And we're working on promoting deeper healing and a new way of being. And so embracing that power of your mind and body to heal and thrive and regulate. And I hope this was helpful today, and I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day full of healing and love. Thank you for showing up and doing something nice for yourself.